I didn't go to play school, nor to a kindergarten school. I was admitted to class 1 in my village school, a Malayalam medium school. I started learning English in class 4. I got migrated to an English medium school in class 7, that too in Calcutta, or the exact place is Bangalore, it's called. On the way, I picked up a number of languages, of course, Malayalam, and then Hindi, English. Bengali was my second language. Latin was my third language in the school. I studied French in the college. I studied in St. Xavier's College, one of the finest colleges in India. So I thought to myself, I also developed it. I had an excellent command over English. I came back to Kochi, worked for Godrej for about 5 years. Then I went to the Gulf. One. The first group of people that I had to work with was a group of teachers, all British. And the interaction that I had with them brought me a realization that my English wasn't in English. It was Monglish. Why? They couldn't understand me and I couldn't understand them. I was frustrated. I didn't know how to better my communication skills. Of course, they were nice people, actually. They helped me to, help me in different ways to speak better, improve my pronunciation, but I wasn't happy. Later, I joined Toastmasters in 1999, one of the first clubs, again, the mother club of Oman. It was our group of boys and few girls who together made that possible. So I was a member there, charter member, and then improved my communication and leadership skills. But pronunciation-wise, I wasn't very happy about it. After working there, I came back in about 10 years ago. Then I continued my education. I did my psychology. I did a few PhD diplomas. Then I jumped into MA English. That's the time I realized about IPA, something what we call International Phonetic Alphabets. And that's the one which helps us to understand how to pronounce English better. So I wanted to learn it fast and quickly because normally, being a trainer, I always have at the back of my mind to transfer, to share with my trainees whatever I learned from anywhere. I tried my level best, but then I found it very difficult. The technical words and all things, I couldn't understand that. So I was wondering how to learn it and then transfer or share with my learners. So I always do a little of meditation, about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the time before I go to bed. So one day I was thinking about it, and then I meditated, and then a stroke of fortunate serendipity helped me to link IPA to my mother tongue, Malayalam. That helped me to learn IPA fast and with ease. So next morning, I picked up my papers and other things. I started writing all those things, whatever I thought about. Then I learned it. I took it to the classroom. The students also learned it fast. Then I took it to the teachers' training forums. One of the first schools that I taught this concept was a school called Alfonsa in Nagarkoil, Tamil Nadu. It's one of the best schools, I would say, in Tamil Nadu because they bag almost first to 10th rank almost every year. Of course, now I think 3 years ago, they stopped all the rankings, but they had that ranking system there. I went there for teachers training during one of the summer vacations. I taught them. I came back. These teachers, when they went back into the classrooms after the training, after the summer vacation, the students noticed a difference in the pronunciation. The students asked them, "Hey, teacher, where did we get this pronunciation?" That's when the teachers realized the difference. They called me back for training them for 3 consecutive years. After that, I took to Bangalore, Vijayawada, and many other places, particularly, it's of course. And this secret, this concept, no, this is my own invention. I haven't borrowed it from anywhere. This invention, I'm going to share it with you today. And I'm sure it's going to help you understand how to better your pronunciation. And I tell you, if I can do it, you surely can do it. Right? So let me share my slides with you. I hope it is visible for you. Right. Thanks. So what's in it for you? English language and possible apprehensions. IPA, what is it? How to learn these sounds of English, accent, and how to learn them. And then we have a time for question and answers. Of course, there's another gift also which I have brought for you. All those who give me a feedback, the first, I would say 50 people will get, of course, the Indians, because they require the Indian address. It's a weekly, the week that we have. Oh, give me 1 minute. Yep. So this weekly, I will be sending it to you free, of course. It's worth about 2,000 plus. That you will get in your house in India. So in the feedback form, I should get your feedback. And this feedback will have a place for you to write your complete address with a pen. So first 30 or 50 people, I'm telling you, I'll give you this free from Malayalam Manorama, the national magazine called The Week. Right. Let's listen to this.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Samagamadhanisa, sanidamagarisa. Avarohana. Samagamadhanisa, sanidamagarisa. Appa Baudavagal so high, like a diamond in the sky. Like a diamond in the sky. Shruti Pasakladi, Patko. Sagamagari, Sani, Sagari, Sani, Damadani, Sani, Risani, Damanida, Gamagari, Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Adutha language.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. In the sky.
Good.
This is Kerala twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. This is Punjabi twinkle, twinkle. Oh, twinkle. Twinkle, 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 little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, oh twinkle, 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 little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, oh twinkle, twinkle, oh twinkle, twinkle, oh twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Right, let's make a little interactive. Can you share with me whatever you feel? There's nothing wrong, nothing right. So your opinion about it. What do you think, or what you can make out of this? Or what is your inference after seeing this little video? Anyone can share.
From this video, what I feel is that we being non-native speakers, we always try to bring in our native accent in the English accent.
Okay, right.
So it comes
yes.
even in the songs, even while we speak. I think that is what the video says.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else would like to share? I know there are lots of teachers over here. Come on. There's nothing wrong, nothing right. It's your opinion, so don't worry about it.
Many a times we are having the saving mentality. So we try to pronounce every single letter there in the word. Every single letter. So vowels we don't want to waste. We use it very nicely.
Right. Okay. Okay. Any other?
It's the way you communicate, the things. I mean to say, in different ways, we can do the same expression, the same word, or same, the sentence can be given in different ways, to how the people can take it over it.
All right. Okay, let's continue. Thank you very much for all the opinions. As I said, I think Madam Kavita wants to say something. Yeah? If you wish, yeah, speak on. Right, let's proceed. So, there are a lot of things that you can come out of this. I mean, the idea, the concept, whatever you say about it. As I said, there's nothing wrong, nothing right. So it's your opinion, actually. So the language, does have, or your culture does have an influence on your second.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Actually, it's my experience also. Once I joined in one school outside India. I'm from Kerala, basically from Thrissur. So definitely I have this Malayalam influence in my language. So where everyone told me that in your language you have Malayalam influence. So where everywhere I feel ashamed myself that I even couldn't understand that what I have to do. Maybe with the speed I have to reduce, or pronunciation part is I am facing the problem. So anyway, that day the most awaited dream to join in a school outside India, but I faced this comment. That is the very, I cannot forget this, that Malayalam influence in the language, and I really want to change, and even I don't know how to do it.
Right, you can watch them, and towards the end of it, I'm sure you'll make a decision to change it. Right, I help you to do that actually. Right. Okay, I'm also a Malayali, so if I can do it, you are younger than me, isn't it? You can surely do it. Don't worry about it. Anyone can change it. Yeah. Right. So even without saying which language it was, as soon as the lady was singing it, we could understand which language influence is there in that particular song. So that's, as she said, by the way, she speaks English, people can spot, oh, she is from this state. If I speak Hindi, I'm from Kerala. If I speak Hindi with a Malayalam accent, of course, people will spot me. Any language that we speak, doesn't matter English, any language that we speak, like if I'm a Kerala and I speak English, Bengali or Hindi, if I speak it with all the nuances of that language, yeah, you will not be, spotted as, it comes from that particular state. Like I speak Bengali to all the people in the market over here. Yes, I think 2 days ago when I went to the market, he was from Bengal. So I was speaking in Bengali for the vegetables. And then he asked me, he said, where are you from? I said, I'm from Bengal, Kolkata. Then he said, you came here, how many? I said, I came here before long ago. And you married and settled here? Yeah, I said, yeah. But he didn't know that I was in Bengali. So it all depends how you tune yourself to speak that language in their way. So you blend with the culture, the language, yes. So first, let's understand the differences between English language and our Indian languages. Sound-based language. Our Indian languages are sound-based language. That is to say, if I take Hindi letter A, go to any part of the world, you will never say E or O. You will always say A. That is sound-based language. As someone said here, the other way, I'll coming to the second point. But English, It can be, if I take letter A, it can be A, it can be A, it can be A. Different sounds are there. Now, how and when to use that different sound is a problem. That's what IPA tells us how to use that. Then we have something called pronounce every letter, our friend said over here. He said, in Indian languages, we are taught to pronounce every single letter, whatever it is. In English, they said, no, 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 don't pronounce every letter. You've got to omit some of the sounds. So we have to understand these differences. In Indian languages, we have a number of letters from 45 plus upward. And then number of vowels also, 14 to 15 and above, or less. In English, it is fixed, 26 letters, 5 vowels, and 44 sounds. Yep. So when we understand these differences, and then we can make some adjustments in our pronouncing the English word correctly. This is one of the basics, actually. We have more to learn about it. Is English pronunciation important? Anyone can answer. Yeah?
Yes,
Is it important?
It's important.
Why? Why is it so?
Each word sounds a specific way.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it in the particular way in which it has to be pronounced, you may actually make the other, when you are talking to native speakers, it will become very difficult for them to understand.
True.
Pronunciation is a standard.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. You know, this is my 52nd webinar. So I do webinars into the colleges also. One of the colleges, girls told me an answer to this. She said, sir, it doesn't matter which language you speak or one speaks, but the pronunciation of every single word matters. She meant to say, it doesn't matter which language you are using, whether English or Hindi or Bengali, whatever language you speak, every single word has to be pronounced correctly so that your listener understands. Otherwise, the listener won't understand. Then we have problems, fighting, quarreling, arguing, and all the substitute. No, I didn't say that. I said it goes on, isn't it? It may be in Toastmasters, we are asked to make a speech over here, but if the speech is not understood, what will be the situation like, Or in our friend circle, in our office goers circles, wherever it is, we have to pronounce every single word correctly. It's very important. So to do that, what do you require? You require to learn the IPA. Now, to learn the IPA, normally the literature students take about 18 to 24 months. That means 2 years in the 3-year course. That's pretty long. How can I go and spend, 2 years in the college to study just the IPA? Not at all. So that's why I've come up with this 20-hour program, which can help you very, 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 say in a short time, you can understand, learn, grasp, retain, and then apply in your daily conversation. Now, being a second language, we have our own problems. We have a lot of fears. We always think about ourselves, will I make a mistake? Will people laugh at me? Will my grammar be correct? We have a grammarian, we have accountants, So in Toastmaster, we have so many different what for to help us, to give us the strength, to give more confidence, isn't it? But still we have the fears. And because of the fears, the confidence level goes down. I know I can speak, but then when I come onto the podium or before the people, I lose all my guts because it is a second language. And my pronunciation is another big problem. Will people understand me? But if you improve your pronunciation, people can understand you better. Doesn't matter you make a grammar mistake. How many of us learned English or our mother tongue with the proper grammar right from the beginning? Never. As a child, the child goes to mama and says, Mama, milk. The child doesn't say, Mama, please give me a cup of milk. I am hungry, isn't it? not even in our mother tongues. So why bother about all this grammar and other things? Speak with confidence. If your pronunciation is right, people will surely understand every single word you utter. So that's good enough. And then slowly improve. All right, I've got some words here. I would like not everybody say, I mean, one person should not say more than one word. I would like you to say you're starting from the first column, and then we go to the second column, then to the third column. The first column, the word starts with P, and it goes down to C and P and Q. Right? So I'd like one person to say the first one, please. Anyone?
Parents.
Parents. Okay, next one.
College.
College. Next one.
Potato.
Potato. Next one.
Quit.
Quit. Okay, next one. Next column. First one.
Mall.
M. Mall. Okay. Next one.
Urban.
Urban. Next one.
First.
Petrol.
Petrol. Next one. Below.
12.
Okay. Now on the third column, the top one.
Marine.
Marine. Next one.
Quarantine.
Someone said quarantine.
Quarantine.
Quarantine. Okay. Next one.
First.
First. Next one.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza. Now, all these correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Some were
No.
not correct.
Some are not correct, some are correct. Yeah, true. So there, the confidence level goes down, isn't it? We can't say confidently, yeah, they are all correct. Why? We know they are not. That's so when we understand it's not, our confidence level, sinks. The first one, not parents, it should be parents. Parents. Why? The P is not just P, it is P. So when I say P, like a paper here, if I have a paper here, there should be paper. It should flutter, not paper, paper. Parents, see, it should flutter. P. College, not college, college. Potato, not potato, potato. Quit. Mall, right? Urban, right? Petrol, not petrol. You are in Kuwait. Land of petrol, is it a land that produces petrol? Is it? No, land that produces petrol. Next time you go to the petrol pump, listen to the mission saying, the mission doesn't say petrol, it says petrol, petrol, petrol. Listen to that. 12. Marine is right. Quarantine is right. But some people say quarantine and marine. Both are wrong. Marine and quarantine. First, not first. First, not pizza, pizza, pizza. But if you order pizza, you may not get pizza because the person who listens to it may not understand. Isn't it? Because everybody says pizza, but it should be. Isn't it? Now, let me ask you the big question. Who is responsible for these mistakes or these wrong pronunciations? Who is responsible? Anyone? Come on, somebody.
It can
You know
be
the answer.
the kindergarten teacher who teaches the phonic sounds.
Ah, the kindergarten teachers. They're the only one?
Friends, circumstances,
Friends,
surroundings.
no.
Parents.
Okay, parents. All right. The major group is the teachers. Teachers. As I think our team is now, isn't it? That the kindergarten teachers, yeah, they're specifically kindergarten teachers or play school teachers. You know what happens is, whatever the children, they don't trust anybody but their teachers. Whatever the teachers say, it is the final truth for them. My personal experience. My third child, when she brought me a homework, it was wrong, but the teacher inadvertently she marked it, gave it a tick. I told her, Baba, this is wrong. You go back to your teacher and say this is wrong. Papa said, no, no, no. My teacher is right. And they don't believe in anybody else more than their teachers. Yeah. So teachers are, in a way, in a major way, particularly the small or the play school, kindergarten, and primary teachers. If they can change, the children will carry that good pronunciation to a higher class. They will reap what the teachers sow. So if the teacher is not equipped enough, the students will miss out on that. Yeah. There's another group of people. Who is that? Who could be? Anyone? Another major group of
I
people.
think the peers, the child
Yes,
is,
how many can you have? It's a huge group.
like if you are a child, you can talk about friends, environment, the child plays and grows, and then when if you're an adult, of course, the people you spend time and work with. And of course, at
Yeah,
the
but then,
early former age, it's the parents' responsibility if the parents are educated, if they know the language, and
right,
if they
okay,
help, if they can help the child.
okay, okay. But this is a major group of people. Anybody else?
Society.
Society is too large. You don't interact with the society as such. Somebody else?
Friends.
That also, how many can you have here? There is, you know it, you know it. Who is it?
Media.
Ah, that's right, the media.
Arvind.
Yeah, Arvind. It's a media that is misleading us. I tell you, I'll give you some examples of it. We got different types of media. You got the print media, TV, radio, and some of them make, awful mistakes. And we keep listening to it. And then cis quarantine, for example, comes from the media. I'll give you some examples of that. If you read Hindi newspaper, it says quarantine. So those readers will pick up the pronunciation quarantine. They will not say quarantine. Now, is it difficult to write quarantine? No. Why don't they write it? I don't know. You take chameleons, for example, they say cell phone. They don't say cell phone. It is written that way in Tamil. If you look at Telugu, they say match and voting, not voting. And if you look at Malayalam, yeah, they say mall, not mall. So mall in Malayalam means daughter. So they don't say mall, they don't say mall. They say mall. But that's wrong. Radio mango in Malayalam. It should be mango, not mango. There's a reason behind it. I'll tell you on the way. This one, now Malayali Kamala, I think I forget her name. Kamala, isn't it? Who spoke up?
Kavita. Yes, sir. Kavita.
Kavita, can you
Yes,
read
sir.
this?
Clerk.
Clerk. Is it right or wrong?
Clerk.
Is it right or wrong?
It's
No, you tell me, is it right or wrong?
clerk.
Wrong or right?
Actually, I'm
It
not
is
sure.
wrong. It is written wrong, sir. It is
Why?
written clock.
Clark.
It's
wrong,
written as clerk. It's wrong.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So Kavita, you're wrong because though the
Clerk.
spelling is
I pronounce clerk.
yeah, that's right. That's wrong actually. What they have written is right, almost right, I would say. See, here the spelling is C-L-E-R-K. The pronunciation is Clark. No, R is not pronounced.
Clerk.
Clark. No R there. R pronunciation is omitted. That's why, we said one of the second rules or second difference between English language and our mother tongue. Certain sounds in English are omitted. Now we don't know that. So we say Clark or clerk, whatever it is. P-A-R-K, we say park. It's not park, it should be park. I went to the park this evening, not park. Because R is after R before a consonant is not pronounced. R before a vowel is pronounced. So if I say park, no, park. If it is Paris, yes, Paris is pronounced, R is pronounced. But here, Clark is right, I would say almost. If R wasn't there, then it is correct. What I mean to say here is, any language in India can manipulate the letters to make a word sound almost, if not exactly, almost near, very close to the real sound of the word. But our media doesn't do that. So we learn the wrong ones. Yeah? So why can't we speak like the native speakers? There are a number of reasons. One of them, the culture. Second is pronunciation. Third is connection of words. They connect the words, which we do in our Indian languages. They squeeze the words and they squeeze the letters. Now, let me explain to you what exactly these are. What is a culture? Culture has got a number of components, but the main one is language. Then we have religion, cuisine, social habits, it goes on. Main is language. So the culture, depending on where you live, for example, if your child lives in the UK, that child will pick up the UK pronunciation. My grandchild in Singapore, she's got an English language with the influence of Chinese. That's what happens there. So anywhere. So if you are posted in a state which is not yours, you will certainly have some kind of influence. Slowly, you will pick up that influence and then you will speak like that people of that state. It happens actually. So that's a culture. So it will happen even within, say, your own state. Any state from north to south, there are changes in the pronunciation. Then the second one, they connect the words. That is to say, the two words, black coffee, we say black coffee. But the Britishers, they would say black coffee. Give me a cup of black coffee. So not so long, black coffee, black coffee. We don't say black coffee, they say black coffee. Not at all, not at all, not at all. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. See, to is not there. So they connect the consonant to consonant or connect a consonant to a vowel. So they connect words so that we sometimes tend to miss and then misinterpret the word and misunderstand the word. The other way they do, they squeeze the words. For example, the word comfortable. We are taught to pronounce every single letter. So we will say comfortable, but they say comfortable, comfortable. There are, some brackets you see there. Those sounds are not supposed to be pronounced. We say every, no, every. There again, every, that E is left out. Interesting, we say interesting, no, interesting. So there again, you find the bracket, you leave all those, you omit all those sounds. They squeeze the letter. We say India is my country. Or they say India is my country. 100. Did you? So these are the differences that we could understand and then keep our ears tuned to listen to these different sounds. I'm sure you can help yourselves to better your pronunciation. So what you have to do is our mouth movement. How is our chin moving? Mouth movement, and when watching television or YouTube, and try to repeat what they say, emulate what they say. Then keep on, doing it with their same kind of rhythm, intonation, the vocal variety. All these things will help you to improve your pronunciation. Go slow, very important. We have to go slow. When we go slow, we can insert all the sounds of English into every single word. List the frequently used words. That means in your office circle, in your friend circle, what are the commonly used words? Try to get the right pronunciation and put into practice. Use those pronunciations in your daily conversation. That will transform in a great way your way of speaking. It's not easy. where you can change the way you speak. All that requires is your patience. It's easy to quit, but your patience will certainly benefit you in the long run. I have a formula called awareness, acceptance, and action. Very important. In Toastmasters, we do evaluations. What are we doing? We are making the person aware about the flaws, the shortcomings. And then the person accepts, oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you very much for making me aware about it. And then I plan an action. Isn't it? To change that bad habit or change my flaws and then correct my. That same thing. AAA. Awareness, acceptance, and action. You can change anything that you like. These are some of the commonly mistakenly said words in our Toastmasters meeting. Today, what I heard here, our Sergeant at Arms said, Sergeant at Arms. Yeah, very correct, actually. Some people say Sergeant at Arms. No, it should be Sergeant at Arms. Taboo. We have taboos in our Toastmasters meeting, not taboos. Taboos. Toastmaster, not Toastmaster. Toastmaster. Distinguished, not distinguished. Distinguished. Word, not word. Word, work, petrol. It's a water, not water. Water, reward, applause, award, accolade, accolade, gavel, not gavel, 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 adjourn. At the end of this meeting, our president should be saying, not adjourn the meeting, but adjourn the meeting. Our meeting number so and so is adjourn. Trio. Our district has got a trio, not trio. Trio. Guest. Prepared. There are more words, but at least these words, if you can pick them up and then change the way that you pronounce these words, it will be a great help for you. Today's word, for example, the word is at endeavor. It can be endeavor or endeavor. Not as it was pronounced by our friend there. It should be endeavor or endeavor, right? Okay, let's move on. Now that I'm going to introduce you to IPA. What is IPA? It's International Phonetic Alphabet. And there's an association who is behind it. So they have formulated it. It's not somebody, here and there. There's an association. It's a standardization of English pronunciation. Right, we have different people from different countries speaking in different ways. So there is some kind of standardization. Same like, if India produces a telephone, Kuwait produces another one, Oman produces another type of telephone, mobile, what will happen? We'll have to go to each country and buy a telephone. But now we have a standardized version of mobile phone. You go to any country with that, change the SIM, you can use the same mobile phone. Same way, English language IPA is also known as Queen's English, BBC English, Oxford English, all these are same. But there is nothing, some people ask, which pronunciation should I use? If you can get to IPA, that's the best. Now, if you like American, you're going to settle down in America and you like to listen to and get yourself tuned with the American language, yeah, why not? There is no language which is wrong. I mean, English spoken in Australia, New Zealand, or America, Canada, or within England, there are, North, South, West, Scotland, Ireland, all speak differently. So there's nothing wrong in it. But if you can follow this, we have a standardized version of the pronunciation. So in English, we said, how many letters are there? Anyone? 28, 31?
26.
26, sure. And vowels, how many?
5.
5. 6, huh?
6.
6 vowels. Which are
5?
5, sure.
A-E-I-O-U, and at times we also use Y.
Y, that's, sound-wise, but letter-wise, only 5. So we have 21 plus 5, 20, 26 plus 5, 31 letters, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Sure.
Vowels are already included in the alphabet.
Already included. So we have 26 letters only, including the vowels. Okay, let's go back to this chart. This is the IPA chart. 44 sounds we have. International Phonetic Alphabets, 44 sounds. Yeah, of which we have 7 single vowel sounds. They are short. 7 single vowel sounds, they are short. Then we have 5 single vowel sounds which are long. There are 12 then. Then we have 8 double vowel sounds, 8 of them, and total make it 20. Now you said we have 5 letters, vowels, vowel letters, isn't it? We got 5 vowels. We have 20 vowel sounds, which means each letter A, E, I, O, U, each of them can have an average of 4 sounds. Isn't it? That's what makes us, difficult for most of us. When to use what sound? Because A can have 4 sounds, E can have 4 sounds. That's the main problem with this. So that's what we have to decipher and then understand, grasp it, and then keep it in our mind. Then we got 24 consonants. Now, 24 consonants, of which they are almost, I think everyone is almost familiar, signages, but something above H, there are 6 of them, which are not that familiar. Yeah, otherwise they are okay. So we got 44 sounds altogether. Now let's go to the first, the short sound, the long sounds, single vowel sounds. So first we have the single vowel sound, they are short. We got those long vowels, they are long. Now, can you write them down? Can you? You may not be. Why? Because you haven't attached any names to it. Normally when I say in Hindi, yeah, you can write it. We have already attached the symbol with the name. Here we haven't. That's the main reason. But we can draw them up. Take a piece of paper, and then you can draw as it is, looking at the picture. As a picture, you can just transfer onto a piece of paper. So how can we do that? This is how I'm going to teach you that. This is in Malayalam. Which is it? Hindi. Yeah, all of them. Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Bengali. All of them are. A short up. And then we have the short R in English. B upside down. Now, if I ask you to write the sound in English, you can. We have already linked it. Isn't it? And we learn in our mother tongue this way. We start with ah. And this is the longer version of it. Ah. Isn't it? And that is sort of an A with 2 dots, not necessarily triangles. So you have This is how we learn. E, oo. So easy to link it with IPA, easy to remember, easy to understand. Yeah, and then if we practice this, easy, it becomes very easy. Yep. Some examples. Normally when we speak English, we say cut. I cut apple. No, I cut apple. Short up. Sun. Up. Run. Don't say run. Up. No. Cut. Sun. Up. Run. Short up. Then we have a long R. It should be pronounced long. We should make a difference between short and the long sounds. Heart. Not heart. R is not pronounced over there. Heart. Star. We don't say star. Why? Because R at the end is omitted. The sound of R at the end is omitted. So we say star. There are a number of stars on the sky. Calm. So you make it long. Bar. Don't say bar. Bar. Only when you come out of the bar, you get all kinds of sounds. But here we have to avoid R. Bar. Yep. Then we have another sound, which is A and E together. The sound is something like ah, which we don't have in our languages. Yeah. So something like in Hindi, we say kya, ah, same sound. Ah. This sound, we don't have it in our languages, so we need to practice them. Otherwise, we go haywire. So some examples of these: lad, not lard, bang, glad, mango. There's a reason they say mango. Why in our language, in Malayalam also, there is no ah. We say ah. So mango, no, mango. Has, have, had, sad. Yep. Then we go to the next one. E. We have to differentiate between the short and the long. I don't sleep in the night. I sleep in the night. It makes a difference. Yeah, slip and sleep. Ooh. Same. We have it in our languages. So e, is not there. Ooh, it's there. A, it's there. These two sounds are not found in our languages. This is something like belching, after eating a lot, is a some people do say. So you take the starting sound, that's the sound. This is called schwa sound. Short one and the long one. And most, about 61% of the words in English has got that schwa sound. So normally, I think I've learned it this way. The is the. It should be the, not the. And before a vowel, it should be the. A, we said this is a book. We said this is a book, or this is a pen. A pen. It should be this is a pen. This is a pen. This is a book, not a. About, about. Banana, common, standard, butter. Not butter, butter. So this is very important, and we don't use this pronunciation. We don't have it in our languages. So we need to practice more. Then the longer version. First, not first. First, sir, girl, burn, word, work, nurse. Next one, and O. O is okay, we have it in our languages, but the short is not there. Like hot, shut, pot, not pot, not short, should be little flat over there. It's not O, it's not something in between. So we say hot water, not hot water. No. Similarly, O is okay because we have in our languages. That brings us to the first, the single sounds. Then we have the double vowel sounds. A and E, A-E, O, I-E. It's important to understand this. Well, by the name itself, we said there are two sounds in that, double vowel sounds. So in that word where these signages are there, we have to use both these sounds. We have to insert into the word. Only we can do it if we go slow and practice it. Otherwise, no. I'll give you some examples. E, B, B, not B, beer, no. B, beer, beer. Not square, we normally say square. No, it should be square, square, square. So if there are any mathematics teachers, particularly mathematics teachers, when you teach your students, you tell them, don't tell them square, tell them square, square. Yep. And O sound is another very, very mistakenly said by us, actually. We always say O sound instead of O sound. We don't use the double vowel sounds like go. We say go, no, go, no, tour. Examples, oh, no, broken, not broken, broken, go, slow, chose, wrote, glow, flow, float, bow. If we understand that, we use that, the pronunciation is quite different. Then we have consonants. Consonants are very easy. Consonants are very easy, you know. We'll say, I'll just explain one or two. That's all for your understanding. Like P and B. I've already told you the example of P. The paper should flutter. So if you got a friend like Prasad, don't call him Prasad. Don't call him Prasad. Paper. Stress that P. And B is common. B is normal actually. Yeah. So there are some rules on this. The position of P, when it changes from the first to the last, the sound also changes. Like here, the first one, pin, pain, paper, an aspirated spoon, spill, spine, nasally explode, top nosed, and the last, when it comes to lap, cap, wrap, right, chip down. Similarly, T and D. That also you have to do it in the same way. In this subject over here, with the T and D, particularly with the D, we change a present tense into past tense with the ED sound. When you add ED, it changes. But when we say you all must be staying in a rented house, but we say rented, that is to say when a present tense ends with a T or D, and you add ed, the sound should be changed from ed to id. So rounded, not rounded, rounded, rented, printed. It should be, the pronunciation should be that way. And similarly, there are people who say jumped, cooked, looked. Avoid that. How can you avoid that? Very simple. When a word, the present tense ends with all these letters like P or K or F or SH, like distinguished, CH, what you have to do is ED sound should be changed to T. Ed sound should be changed to T. So jump, T, jumped, cooked, cooked, laughed, washed, watched, hissed. So that way we can get away from that ed sound. Yeah. F and V, F. You with a top row of teeth, you touch your lower lip and blow air, get F sound. And don't blow the air or take air in and get V sound. And W, round up your lips. Wine and wine makes a difference in the sound. Right. The and the, both of them, when you pronounce, you should have your tongue protruding between your two rows of teeth. When you do that, say for example, we normally say mother with our tongue inside in the mouth, but it should be said ma, the. Tongue should be out a little bit. So how can you do that actually? How can you go about it? Join an IPA class to learn the right pronunciation. Get rid of your mother tongue influence. That's the most important thing. By practicing, you can, to a certain extent, get rid of your mother tongue influence. It is not necessary that you have a British accent, British pronunciation. No. The most important thing, get away from your mother tongue influence. Use the right pronunciation in your daily conversations. Download international speakers' speeches. Very important. My mobile, I have about 12 GB of stuff. And I go while, traveling or waiting for a doctor or waiting somewhere. I always listen to that. Plug in and then listen. You don't disturb anybody, but you are getting a lot of stuff that way. Those download international speakers. I love this guy called David Cameron's speeches. Very good diction, excellent pronunciation, wonderful. David Attenborough, John Maxwell is a guru, leadership guru. So get all these, download them, listen to it. TEDx speeches, some of them are very good. Get the intonations right and then start, practicing. Add accent to make it more flowery, provided you have the right pronunciation. Yeah. So let me get into the stress pattern. What is stress patterns? Stress, you should understand first the syllables. What is a syllable? The shortest sound. Yeah, unit of pronunciation, one vowel sound. So if you look at the first one syllable, you have I, second one is I, second one is eyes. All of them are single syllable sounds, isn't it? The second one, two syllabic words. What, three syllabic, in, for, no. Three syllables. Then you have 4 and 5 and all. Yeah. So here I give you some examples about how to use this picture, the secret to the accent, how to use it. There are 2 words here, canteen. Yeah, where we normally say canteen, which is flat. It's a normal, it's like a ride on the road, smooth road. Then you come on the hump, what happens? You jump up and come down, isn't it? So same way, canteen. You find the apostrophe there? There are 2 syllabic words, canteen. So, and then before T, the apostrophe is there, which means that syllable is to be stressed. So you write on the smooth, canteen. So what happens? T, the pitch goes up. Yeah, that is pleb. Pitch goes up. Then it's loud. And then it's elongated, stretched. That sound is longer than the normal. And then you have to have your breath. So it says, canteen, teen. It is pitch as high. It is louder than the rest of the word and stretched. It's long. So that's what pleb is. And in case the accent falls right in the beginning, then the first syllable has to be stretched, isn't it? So then what happens? You're sitting on the hump and then coming down. Artist, artist. That's what the stress is all about. Right, now let me give you some more examples about 2 syllabic words on the first syllable. Artist, barber, cancer. On the second one, syllable, between, beneath, contain. Third one, 3 syllabic words. First syllable, accident, abdomen, compromise. Next one, countant, decent, faction. Yeah. Then there are more words like, particularly in Toastmasters, we use a word called contest. Now, contest is a noun form. Why? Because it has got a stress on the right at the beginning. So when you stress on the first syllable, it's contest, is noun. But when you shift the stress to the second syllable, it becomes a verb. Contest. I contested in the contest and I won the contest. Right? So that's how it is. That's called function words, which has the stress on 2 places. And then depending on that, you use it as a noun or a word. Then there are some more rules and regulations for that. So that brings us to the end of my presentation. Now it's time you can ask me questions if there's any. And I'll also share my link so that I think it's already shared. Yeah, I think it's already shared there. That's another one. This is a link that I'm going to give you. I've already shared it over here. You fill it up. You fill up the feedback form with, if you want, give me anyway feedback. If you require to receive a free copy of the week, the national magazine, then you got to fill in your complete Indian address. Yeah, otherwise you don't have to. Otherwise, please do. In Toastmasters, we all give feedback. So don't worry about what you write there. Give me feedback so that I can improve. So thank you very much for listening. I would like to thank a few people over here before I wind up, like our Toastmaster, our president of the club, Toastmaster Udit, and then Toastmaster of the day, DTM Senab. Then we had chatted with Toastmaster Anup, and above all, Toastmaster Deepak Binda, with whom I was in contact. I don't know whether he's here or not. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I hope it has been of help to you. But don't forget to fill in the feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, PKM Jose. That was really insightful, and definitely this is the need of an hour. And since we all are into this communication game, we all need to know and learn where we are falling short of the awareness. Thank you so much. I'm a teacher by profession, and definitely this workshop was very helpful to me. Thank you so much. And on behalf of Kuwait Toastmasters Club, I would like to award you a token of thanks from our side. This is a very small token of thanks from
Thank you.
the entire Toastmasters Club for giving your time and your valuable knowledge to us.